Alright guys, Damon Black Warrior Lures. Just getting back from bait trip number 2. This is that's not going to even stick. 15. Caught our limit of brim today at a lake. And so you know, bait, you know, brim like this are pretty good for bait, you know. And that's what that's our primary, what we're going to be using for bait here this season. So I'm going to take about 4 or 5 brim, put them in here. I got the date marked there, but we may not even, we'll just fish these baits until we can get them done, until we can get them, until we fish them out, basically, as it were. There's one. Maybe put a day's worth fishing in one bag. It's like that there. You could use this guy whole, cut off the tail, or you could take this guy and use about 5, 6, 8 pieces out of him, or you could cut this guy, get about 3, depending on what you're looking for. Sometimes you're looking for big fish. Sometimes you're just wanting little guys. It's a rock bass there, I guess what they call them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just let that be it for that guy. Just kill the water out of it. And we're just going to freeze them just like that. I'm not going to worry about marking all the dates and all that, because I'm just going to fish these until I fish them out. Put about 5 fish per bag. It's not you think it's not a lot? Well, no, it's not, but that's fine. Had some fairly small ones today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get the air out. And you know, I tend to fish a lot better when I don't have my camera. That's why I don't have video footage of it, because when I'm gonna be honest with you guys, when I'm out there on the water with the camera on, I'm having to put on a show, right? And it means I'm more concentrating more on getting camera footage than I am on catching fish. But when I take the stinking camera off and just leave it at the house, I almost always catch more fish. Why? Because my mind's on catching fish and not putting on a show. So, you know, almost without exception now, it's just, but anyway, alright. But anyway, I don't know how boring this is for you to just see me putting fish in a bag, but again, it's, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 5 is 20. Should be, yeah, there's one guy left. It's 21. See, a guy like that, real small. I mean, I can tie flies this size. Right? A lot of my flies are about this size. But again, you know, a lot of times I'll cut off that tail so it won't flip in the. If I'm a guy like this, I'll use them whole. I'll cut off the tail so it won't, you know, flip around in the current. Then I'll just split the gut pocket open, and so those juices can slip out. Or I'll just take him and just cut him in half, have the head and have the main body, and then I'll, you know, dip it in my glug, which is what carp fishermen call glug. Is basically fish oil, basically like a fish oil and things that you can dip it in there, because they say it's always best to use fresh cut bait, but I just don't, you know, you're working a day job, you're trying to, you know, I don't have time to be running up and down. I can't, you know, I can't fish the little bit of time I have just to catch bait, and then you don't have any time to actually fish for the fish, for the catfish. That makes no sense, right? So in order to save time, I just catch bait, whatever bait you can catch, freeze them, and then I'll use my glugs, and because brim are not a very oily fish anyway, and if I dip that in my fish oil or my chum slick stuff or my chum cloud stuff, that'll give off a lot more scent anyway, and it just does the same thing really. So So there you go. And these are just going to go straight into the freezer just like that. And, you know, I say 5 fish for one day of fishing. Last time I took out all the fish and I had to throw them all away because I don't want to refreeze them after they frozen once. So, and so you always want to super chill them in that ice. And then that'll just melt off there. And there we go. You know, bait trip, successful bait trip, you know. Now we got bait to really target on the cats. And so hopefully see you on the river. Talk to you guys later. Bye.